All right. I can turn that off for now. Allow that. Oh dear. Did I leave my VPN on? I may have. Well, we'll disconnect that real quick and see if the stream reconnects. It should. We'll get there. And I believe we are back. Awesome. Okay. Just myself. I have not quite sorry, I was told before by someone that I need to inform them when I'm streaming. But yeah, so I don't have strong plans for what I'm doing right now. I know I talked before about loading and putting up a debug so that we can add blocks. So maybe that's what we'll do today. As you can see, something that I did off of stream was, well, we got to let it load real quick. Oh, and this is Breath of Fire 3 music, by the way. Some of my favorite, maybe my absolute favorite video game soundtrack. Oh. Why are you stuck? Okay, we're good. So as you can see, I can move the camera around. It's moving kind of slow. It's because I forgot to save this, but yeah. So now we can move around the keyboard. You can actually see the code for that off to the right. Wait, hold on. Over here. Yeah. Right. I'm mirrored or whatever. Let's see. Fix that. Close this. Yes. Is my Visual Studio has to still be open because you can physically see it during the stream. Okay. So let's close this one. I have two of them open. There we go. Get rid of that. Awesome. Okay. So what we want to do is change the speed to 8. We are using the new input system from 2019 and onward, because why wouldn't you, right? It's there. I try my best to always use anything new that they put out. It looks like this. So as you can see, I've got the camera panning set up. Scroll is started for zooming in and out, but we don't actually have a use for that quite yet. I'm going to want it to probably ease in flat. Sorry, excuse me. So it's going to ease in flat and come back up at a tilt, and I'm going to have to work out how that's done, because I know I could just get add-ons off of Twitch, get add-ons off of the Unity App Store, but yeah, I try to do that as little as I can. This being an exception, I think this is cool. I actually had to go in and edit this because there's parts of Graphy that use the original input system. I'm not sure for what. And so I had to go in and change those over to the new one. But yeah, look at that. Oh, I missed one. I got an error over here. Graphy Manager, check for 2 key press. Well, let's go find that. Check for 2 key press, I think is what it was called. What do you got going on here? Let's see. Toggle active. Enable, disable. Ah. Here we are. So we're actually going to just return false. And then down here, return false. We're just going to keep doing that because I can come back and fix this at a later date. Whoops, sorry, this is a bit too low. Unfortunately, my microphone arm is not strong enough to actually physically hold up this particular Shure microphone, which surprises me. I think it has to do with the way the knobs here are tightened. Okay, so let's see. I think I fixed that. something you can't see is every time I tab back into Unity, it has to reload the script assemblies, and it's somewhat slow. There we go. No errors, which you can see if I turn this off. Boom. Nice and clear. But yeah, I really like Graphy, and it's free, so you might as well use it. Obviously, it needs some updates if it's going to work with the new input system around. But yeah. Shows you our frame rates. These are never going to get higher than 144 on my computer because that's what we have this V-synced to, or locked to. Averaging 97, maximum of 161. Minimum was during load, so I'm not too concerned about that. As you see, memory usage is pretty consistent. We have no music yet. And down here, you can actually see my computer specs. So this is a little bit old, but I like it, so I want to update it, but it works for now. Anywho, we'll turn off Graphy. So the next thing we want to do is we probably want to add some kind of debug window, just a basic one, where it'll eventually read from the catalog, probably. But for now, what it'll do is it will have a series of buttons, in this case, one button, that when I press it, it will attach a block to my mouse. And in fact, we're going to need to go into the input system and add a new action map, and we're going to call that building, because the way that this system works is you switch between different control setups, right? So if you open up a help screen or something like that, you would expect the buttons you press or the keyboard commands that you put in to do different things than they would do when you are in like RTS mode, or the screen for like editing how many people are working your shops or something like that, right? So we need a buildings group, and in that group we're going to have a new action. That action will be called place piece, and it's going to be a button, I believe, and we are going to bind right button, and I think that's it for that work. And that's just down under player controls, building, place piece, camera. Okay, yeah, so we're good. So when we go to do that work, we will, because we have to actually fix, if we go over to my input controller, you'll see this is all commented out now, because we need to go and fix that and put it into the new input system. But before that, we'll do the work to actually hook up generating the block and attaching it to our mouse. Easy peasy. Sort of. All right, so we first need to go find the block, which is right here. It's this terrain piece. And we're going to create a prefab folder called prefabs. And we'll do a folder for world pieces. Later, this will be probably called like grass or something like that. I haven't figured out yet if I want to just have one object with different subtypes that we update the texture on, or if I just want to have prefabs that have the textures preset, because this is all very small pieces of, it's basically configurable data for an object, right? So you can have a ton of them and it has no real meaningful impact on anything. Ooh, I like this song. Hydration is important. All right, so now we got our prefab. This is going to be the thing that we'll be generating. At one point, we also made a catalog class that we'll probably be using momentarily. So let's see here. Create a new object. Debug. And put Graphy under that. I started using this model of separating things out with empty game objects I saw Unity doing it with one of their projects, and I thought, you know, that's kind of, it's easier to navigate, so why not? Yeah. Okay. So we've got Graphy. We're going to create a debug window. In fact, we're going to actually, this is going to end up being a canvas, so. Debug canvas. And that canvas is going to be screen space. Do I want it to be overlay? It might as well be, right? Scale with screen size. Matching width, yes. And whoops, 1920 by 1080. I realize that half screen up here is 1920 by 1200 currently, but we'll swap that over. And 1080 reference pixels 100. That means for every 100 units, or sorry, basically scale will be off by 100. So if it says 1.0, that means it's 100 pixels. 2.0, 200 pixels. 2.34, that'll be 234. Or vice versa. We'll see in a moment once I make something, but it's that general idea. So we will have a image that we're going to make. We can see over here. Oh, it's the width and height. So this is, I don't know. Whatever. My brain's not all on right now. Anyways, this will be our window. Doesn't look like much yet, but you know, you give it time. It'll come to be your friend. This is one of those songs that if you play a lot of Breath of Fire is very triggering, because usually this is the song that you hear when you're gonna lose. It's just the battle music, but I associate it with what were their names? Right. So yeah, with the X position and Y position, that's why the numbers are so huge. But there's a pair of humanoid horsemen, unicorns, bad guys. You'd think after playing this thing like 1,000 times that I would remember their names. Balio and Sunder, right. I'm so embarrassed that I forgot. But, oh, very neat. They had some sample art that I've never seen before on this wiki. Anyways. Yeah, so it, they just whip your ever-living butt, honestly. Whoops, 65s. I like to even out the numbers, so 65, 65. What are we looking at here? We want to stretch this out a bit. So we're gonna, which will end up messing up some things. I could change anchor points, like we could do the anchor point at, is it 0, I think? Yeah, because then it'll grow out from an anchor of 0. And we could do the same thing with the anchor point for Y, I think. Yeah, there we go. So we don't even have to worry about fixing the, yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that cube. Well, it's not a cube at all. Look at that square. Yeah, so changing pivot points sometimes is very useful. And then because of the anchor positions, if we change the aspect ratio to, do I have anything that's not? Let's make up a new one. Example. And we'll say 800 by 800. 800. You'll see that it's still in the corner there, right? So like if you were doing, oh, that's a much better example to do. So if we were working with a phone, the phone would be 1080 by 1920 instead, because it'd be vertical. Vertical 1080. And I recognize that mobile phones have much higher resolutions than this. But as you can see, at vertical, it is in the right place. It's smaller, which we can also fix, but yeah, it does what I need it to do. All right, so we got our window. inside of that window, we are going to do a... would it be a scroll? Oh, I may have done a little bit of a boo-boo, but that's fine. We can copy a few values over. So we got copy world placement, paste world placement. Really? Oh. Paste world placement. 0, 0. We're getting there. Okay. I could have sworn there was a quicker way to do this. Copy component. Paste as values. There we are. We'll delete that first one. So now we've got a scroll view. That's actually what we wanted, but you know, you get there. You forget sometimes. And the field we'll be editing is the content field. As we add things to this content field, if it gets larger than this area, the scroll bar will adjust for it. We don't actually need the horizontal scroll bar, so I'm actually going to turn that... oh, right. We'll just turn it off the slacker way. Because I don't think... Oh, not vertical. Okay. So let's turn these back on real quick and... check. Because I swear I could have... Spacing, viewport rec, elastic is fine. Yeah, I won't worry about it. Okay, so now we need a button in here, but first we're gonna do a vertical layout group. Upper center's fine. Let's not do any of this. And we'll not, ooh, use child scale, that's cool. And then underneath this, we're gonna add a button. Now you'll see if we duplicate this button, each time we duplicate it, it adds a new button just in a vertical layout group. We can actually use that really quick to work on the spacing. Is it? Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for here. Yeah, there we are. But we probably will actually put a little bit of a buffer there. Yeah. Spacing. 5 is fine. We just don't want them touching. And we'll say grass block. So we've changed the text on it. We could also go in and replace this text with a text mesh, which will look nicer. Oh, they even have... Boom. So what is going on there? Oh, we're good. It just was, it hadn't done its update. Okay, now we got our button with Text Mesh Pro instead. We're gonna say grass block. Oh, look at that. So crisp and clean. Sorry about that. Got asked what modding a console does. Many things. Okay. One of my favorite things to say, apparently. We've got our block, or our button. Now, we need to create an event for this button to fire, because I don't want to put an entire script on this button that says find this block, generate this block, etc., etc. We'll probably put that on a debugger or something. Instead, we're going to create an event, and we'll say on there is one little script I'll probably have to put on this button in a moment, but that's fine. For now, we'll just do on generate block request. This will work for now. I'll have to go back and basically add some kind of script. Howdy, Lawman. I'll have to go and add some kind of script so that it knows what kind of block it's going to be generating. But for now, we can just do this, because we only have one kind. Let me fix that chat so far down. There we are. So did you fully complete Ghost of Tsushima again? That's hard to say. Oh, not much. Just work and general pain. You know, life. But been making a lot of progress since I stopped going to Destructoid and stuff. Turns out it gives you a lot of free time. Alright, so we've made our button. It has the event. And we've got our debug canvas. I'm tempted to just put the debug controller script right on there. Not much reason not to. Yeah. I sort of know that feeling. I've been pretty focused on Valhalla lately. It's just the right level of mental focus for me. Okay, so we'll move this script up. We'll put it right under the canvas itself and open it up. Oh yeah, you did mention that you had Spider-Man. Man, that scale's weird. Reset transform. Yeah, it looked really cool. I may eventually come and try it, but so much to play, so by the time I go to play it, it'll probably be empty, but that's my favorite way to play multiplayer. Alright, so we'll need the catalog, which is empty right now, but it'll have that block in it shortly. And then we need a private void spawn grass block. That's the only thing we have right now. Go into the catalog. Don't need that to be public, actually. Or... yeah, public's fine. I know, right? I really enjoyed the gameplay in that. There's actually... Valhalla has a number of things from that, like the whole, like, brutally beheading someone and making people run away scared. It's interesting how many overlaps. We'll do private getters and setters later. And we're going to instantiate one of these grass blocks. Now, is it going to ask me to set it as game object? No. Nice. Okay. Which apparently I guess I shouldn't Shouldn't do that gesture anymore. Let's do this one. So we've generated the block. We're in the debug controller. We've generated the block. Now we need access. We will eventually need to give it to the input controller, which means that we would probably trigger... Oh, right. We would be editing game data. Yes. And we would be saying game data.current... Oops. Game data. Current ploppable equals grass plot. Good components. Ploppable. But yeah, just generally trying to get back into doing streams and stuff and not just staring at walls and things in my time off of work. One of my coworkers is getting into making strategy guide videos for Raid Shadow Legend, and I thought that was really funny. But, you know, he showed me his first video today, and it was pretty good. So when we do this, this will effectively attach the block to the mouse once we fix a few things. First things first, we actually... Whoop. I don't know what I just moved, but that's fine. I know. I was telling him, like, I laughed at first because I thought he was joking, and I was like, oh, you're serious. Well, you know, if you're having fun, if you like the game, then, you know, go with what you know, right? If you're going to make videos and stuff, do what you like. So now we need the new input controller, which is found here. And so we need to add the player controller. Right. It's all coming back to me. Yeah, I still haven't played it. Not even like trying to brag or anything. It's just, I don't know. Doesn't really jump out at me as interesting. But who knows? Maybe it's the most funningest, coolest game ever. Invoke Unity events. Okay, so now we got our Unity events, which gives us access to our building section. The only raid commercials that I've seen are the ones that are just like in people's YouTube videos, so I guess I should fix that sometime and see what I'm missing. Because it's always somebody who's just like, oh, I'm playing the coolest game ever, Raid Shadow Legends. This totally isn't because I make a lot of money by doing this. I actually really like the game. You're like, I don't know. Do you really like the game? Guess I shouldn't doubt you. Ooh, wrong thing, right here. Better. Now in input controller. What kind of default map is building? But we actually need to do where is it? Debug log, because I don't know. Aw. The one I liked was this old guy that I watch. He got hit with Raid Shadow Legends, and so he just did his whole thing like, yeah, you know me, I'm hip with it. 50-year-old guy or whatever, like, Of course I play Raid, don't I? I look like somebody who does. Okay, why are you not? Go back over to our player controls. Right mouse button. And our other stuff still works, right? Yes, okay. We can still move our camera around. This is the right input. Is building. Camera doesn't matter. And if we check the camera, any camera controls, invoke event. Mouse. Ooh. Neat. That's really cool. Oh, sadly you can't see it, but there's a really cool... I guess I can attach it somewhere. Yeah. Data. So, format mouse, stat. Well, he's certainly, or this is certainly blocking me much like Mickey Mouse, yeah. So it shouldn't matter that it's invoke Unity event because we are doing... Go for it. Stab many people. You too. Oh, interesting. Now I gotta look this up. Well, too bad, you have to. Yeah, I was casually noticing that our button over here doesn't depress when I click it, so I'm gonna need to figure out why. Because the right mouse... Is it top or bottom, I wonder? There we go. So it should be a button. Binding. Action type button. That's all correct. Correct and working, I might add. And if we go over to the camera and temporarily set this to that, we do see the debugs down in Visual Studio here. And now I guess the question becomes, does this one suddenly work? Ah! We're getting somewhere. So keyboard is working. So instead, let's go over here. Oh. Getting my right and left mixed up. All right. That happens, I guess. So now, if we go over to building, am I still? Oh, right, but we weren't. We were still running. So listen. So it still doesn't see it when I click. But if I type, yeah, okay, so listen only works for those things. I keep putting right. So let's see here. Ah, there we are. Magnifico. Okay. So we'll go in here and check our camera controller. Input. Let's see if this works. When in doubt, copy and paste. Got a few more songs. We'll probably go till these last few songs are over, and then I will be very proud of myself for actually doing a video. This is part of the process too, you know? Is getting your rights and your lefts mixed up. Not putting a debug log in your code. I really got to find the ground loop that's going on in my Go XLR. So irritating. Just whenever music stops, I hear boom, 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 boom. It's like the telltale heart. Ah, there we are. Magnifico. So what I'll need to do is I will need to go in and start hooking that up. Which, you know, again, we'll see what we can get going here. Well, I'm still not able to click on the button though. So let's go over to that button and see. Like, are we gonna need actual honest to goodness like, is this gonna need its own listener? How weird would that be? Well, let's also make sure real quick. Resize. Okay, so it is possible that the new input system does take over for that. So I'll have to go through and fix buttons. Well, that's the kick in the pants, you know? This is why you never use new things. Nah, I probably still will. That's fine. I'll make it work once and then be off to the races. right, so now we've got our click. That's now happening. And we're just gonna start going through. Oh, goodness. What did that say? That seems not right. When in doubt, jump over to a video. Gamepad, don't care. Value.started. Well, that's not useful. What we want... I guess we could potentially get... mouse.current position dot get value read value. What do you say, friendo? I'm aware. Ah, very nice. As we can see here, I can get the position from that. Crisis averted! Now that position is in world space. World camera dot main dot world to screen points. Wait, screen to world points. Vector 3. Although I guess it's technically a vector 2. Mouse points. Sure. Oh, sweet summer child. You think it'll be this easy, but you know it won't be. Equal that. Mouse screen point. Okay. Mouse world point. Oh. It hurts me in my soul. How many more we got? We got 6 minutes. That is looking incorrecto. Hold on. Yeah, that should work for now. So we're getting 0, 6.1, negative 10. Negative 10 is, in fact, the camera position. Interesting. That first value is definitely the screen position. Google, save me! Looking. Anyone using the new system? So far, no. Sounds like I'm gonna have to fix this, figure it out, make a video about it, and then become a millionaire. But probably not. Oh, hey, somebody else noticed the buttons aren't working. I used to sing that song a lot when I was younger. Ah, unrelated to this problem. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the sweet jams. Good stuff. Hey! Actually, no. Bring it back. I tell you what, I really hope they never content ID for Ridge Racer music, because it is so good. So good. Hey, we can cook a box. We can cook a button. That's not nothing. Good, I was hoping we get the button thing figured out. I probably will make a short video for that, though. Ooh, a how do I guide. This is welcome to Development 101, where you're just like, how do I do that? Google time. Okay, well, Google, or at this point, Unity, you have not quite given me what I'm asking for. Okay, Let's see here. Oh, unfortunately, the new input system does not support multiple mice. Dang. It also doesn't know which display the mouse is on. No multi-screen games for me. You can move the mouse cursor via code. That is very cool. Interesting. Okay. Okay, well that was educational. Not quite what I'm looking for though. Because the problem we have is I am moving to the beat. Basically. Oh, we don't even... Do we even need that? We're good. We don't need this at all. Ridge Racer, man. That's all I ever needed. Learn the errors of my ways. How long is this video, though? Oh, hey, I didn't even notice you were here. Howdy. All right, so mouse points. I was so focused with the Ridge Racer music and my work. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I'm gonna have to clip a bit of the video for you so you can see me sing. Well, you can see me pantomime singing the Ridge Racer intro. Oh, you were? How embarrassing. I thought it was just me. It was going to be hidden somewhere 40-something minutes deep into a video and nobody would have ever seen it. Most people cut off YouTube videos at 10 minutes because attention spans don't go beyond that. It's also for maximizing revenue and stuff. And you already know I have an amazing singing voice, so it's fine. Alright, so that should raycast us to the right location. Now I kind of want to find the actual Ridge Racer soundtrack. Because what's happening right now is Ridge Racer's trying to trick us. It thinks I didn't notice, but I definitely noticed. Ooh, urban... Oh, no. I mentioned copyright claims. The reason I can't see most of the songs is most of the songs got hit, apparently. Exclamation points. Let's see, does anyone else have it? Underrated bangers. That's accurate. Let's see here. Wow. This is what happens. You switch to YouTube Music and just a waste. I think this is a good one though, if memory serves. Oh, interesting. Is this a remaster? Let's start from the beginning here. Huh. Yeah, these are remixes. Okay. It's on a different track anyway, so if any of it gets hit later, I can always edit the video and re-upload it. Okay. I think we can basically take all this, move it up here. Oh. Okay. So let's give this a try. Go over to game data. Drag this in. Oh, almost. Okay. So why would that happen? Okay, so now let's grab that block. Clear that out. So, how? Thinking. Why would that be stuck? Let's look at our code. Okay. Okay. Best guess. Game data not clearing on start. Okay. Okay. All right. And then if I stop and start again. Ooh. These headphones have some bass to them. Nice. Okay. I figured it out. Right there. All right. I like when I realize things. On left mouse. Release. I'm the card captor now. Artemis liked it too. Ah. Nah, we'll do them separate. Nah. Formed, disabled, waiting. Interactions. Hold on, hold on. I'm back. UI support guide. Save me. Looking, let's see. So many options. Button pass through time, okay. Performed. Phase. Okay, we're getting somewhere. No, let's use our favorite version of strings. So in theory, we should get true, possibly true, true, false for clicking, false, true, false for holding, and false, false, true for releasing. That's the theory. A unity theory. These are pretty good remixes. How do I add this to my... There we go. All right. Let's hide Visual Studio. So we got true, false, false for the click, and false, true, false for the hold. Now the problem with the hold, as you can see, is it's not constantly showing. So I'll have to figure that out. And if we release the mouse, we get a second false, true, false. That's fine. And a false, false, true. So we now know that this is a real banger. But also that this equals canceled or started. This equals held. This equals released. All right. We should probably split these up later, but it's okay. Waiting for it to compile. Ah, there we go. Okay. Press held. Yes. Hold on, it says. I'm holding. Okay, it's reloading, it says. Here we are. Okay. Pressing works. Releasing works. Holding, not so much. So let's look at this. Hold time. We're looking real quick. Okay, so they removed continuous. Hmm. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Ooh, 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 ooh. What? Hold on. Where's this? Oh, don't tease me. I'm looking at one of the staff's posts about this. This was posted October 27th. Okay. Trying to... Oh, Twitch not work for you? It's not my end. I'm not losing any frames. Jump dot is pressed. Interesting. Oh, but the thing is, this isn't even firing when I move the mouse, which tells me that, we'll say click. Just a moment for my brain. Held. Released. Tells me that this function is not firing every frame with my current setup. My left leg is just flying all over the place here. Get it tired now. Probably a good idea. I should also say my scene after this. Yeah, so as I move the mouse around, and if we go in here, open up the building, switch player input to debug, clear. We see that when we wiggle around the mouse while holding down the button, it is not firing. Welcome back. Uh-oh. Let's stop playing, hit save real quick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You missed a lot of very deep and profound conversational pieces that would have really opened your eyes to just the full breadth of C# development. Okay. So hold is not working. Cost and complexity of the code footprint ended up being more. Oh! I feel silly. I have a solution for this. So there's only two states that matter. Oh, hold on. There's only two states that matter. We don't need held. Because, similar to how you would normally do this, you have private bool mouse clicked equals false. Private bool mouse released equals false. And then you set those here. Get rid of this shenanigans. Don't worry about that. Grab all this. Put it up here. Save. Over there. No! You're supposed to work on the first try. That's such a popular beat. The boom. Boom, boom, boom. But, you know, it's a fun beat, so I guess I get it. Okay. Input. Okay, so what we're seeing is this is not getting set. Oh. Ah. Casual hour. It's all your fault. Not yours though, you're cool. If you're not aware, I'm waiting for the compile. Okay. Release is working. Click is not. Wait, no, still confused. There were build errors. Oh, okay. Apparently I can't build because of something in mathematics drawer. Interesting. Well, that's annoying. Here I am wishing I hadn't deleted that debug log earlier. Okay, it wasn't that hard to rewrite. At least mouse released is working, you know? Wow, that's long. I should turn off whatever it does for these long rebuilds. Okay, so... Ah, interesting. It's because of the other one. That should fix it. Also, that should be on the other side. Okay, and release. Click, release, okay. Hey! Oh, it's stuck on me. Oh, oh, hey, I got it off. So when I release, I get false and true. So this should be happening. Ah! All right. I just noticed my blocks are so far away. There we go. Oh. Apparently my recompile times are taking forever because I've had this project open for like 2 weeks. Get it off me. Okay. Let's try that. I was returning before it would happen. Next video, we'll get back to the block. Because I had to re-hook up the input controller, you know? Hey, there you go. I can let go! Whee! Alright, so let's actually look at this button. Now that I got it working again, raises the generate. Back to our debug. Game data. Create a catalog. Drop our terrain prefab in there. Go back to the debug. Look that catalog up. I just realized, because of the way I'm doing the catalogs, I could just have different catalogs for different content rather than just like a Sears catalog with everything. You can do it, Unity. Okay, maybe it can't. So basically, one thing we forgot. The actual listener. You know. Not that important. Could have sworn it could see them when they were private now, but... that's okay. Okay. Okay, so it did spawn the block, but you'll notice the block is not attached to my mouse. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Right. That makes total sense. All right, so we click, drag it around, release. Because it should release on that second one. Right, it's this. We already established this, so we need to get rid of that return. These will eventually get consolidated together. Oh, I definitely need to restart Unity for the next video. Good golly. 28, 29, 30. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hey! And we got another block. Hey. The only thing it's not doing right is it's not attaching it to our How would you, let's see here. Gotta think about this. I'm not a pixel artist, you know? Eh? Eh? And go down there. Eh? 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 Hmm? Eh? We're getting there. Oh. This angle's not working. Here we go. We'll have to fix that later. Oh, why is this block get stuck, I wonder? Interesting. Something about that angle, maybe? I'll have to work that logic out, huh? Something about that one spot. Well, we can cheat. Yeah. There we go. Gotta send a screenshot. I think that'll be the, so we'll have to fix that spot. So that spot was 3, 0, -2. So that's going to be our next mystery. Is why that spot didn't work, huh? But I think that's what we'll leave this at. This is... I realize that my centering is... what can you do? So if you were watching at any point today, thanks for watching. If you're end up on the YouTubes and you see it there, and you made it this far, cool. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. We'll figure out that one little square next time and work on the saving and, well, work on the loading. Yeah. I'm really, now that I put a bunch of blocks down and moved them around, I'm liking this. Yeah.